I believe that to really understand and want to help, you have to have empathy for the situation. I think a lot of people are here today because somebody in their family was in need of a kidney or blood transfusion or something, and they felt the need to come here and show their support for their family member today.
We've been designing flags in the art room with all of the important things that we think are really great about New Egypt. We are the center of New Jersey. This is where cranberry sauce was invented.
Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-doo.
They're having fun, they're smiling, they're laughing, they're singing, they're dancing, they're getting to know each other. Our students are capable of doing what general education students are capable of doing.
Yesterday, one of the students in after school came up to me. She said, wow, this is like an enchanted fairy tale garden. I love it. And she was, I think, in second or third grade, and it was just nice to hear that. And students are really enjoying it. They're amazed by the space.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Classroom Close-Up New Jersey. I'm your host, Marie Bliston, here with another look at what's happening in schools across the state. The author, Kurt Vonnegut, famously wrote about asking his son what life was all about. His son replied, "We are here to help each other get through this thing, whatever it is." How do children learn to care? Well, it takes practice. The more opportunities kids have to experience kindness, respect, and compassion, the better they are able to practice those virtues. On this episode of Classroom Close-Up, caring and the community. First up, what it means to donate.
We want to thank everybody for coming out today. This idea started about a year ago to honor a student of ours, Francesco, who is actually here today. Francesco is currently waiting for a kidney. He's been waiting for over 3 years.
A fellow teacher and myself had a student who we really saw decline physically and emotionally as he was waiting for a kidney transplant.
Just seeing him every day struggle was very difficult for us. So we knew we had to do something.
How could we make him feel better? We couldn't give him a kidney. We couldn't find one for him. And we really thought about how can we start spreading the word about organ and tissue donation.
Let's start walking.
We were lucky enough to receive the money from the Hipp Foundation.
With the Hipp Grant, we decided to do the walk to help spread the word and to raise some money for the New Jersey Sharing Network. We were also able to use some of the monies to provide some resources for our students. We've done a lot of research in class on what it means to be an organ donor, what organs and tissues can be donated.
We've also had the opportunity for some of the classes to take field trips to the Liberty Science Center and actually see the science involved in an actual transplant. So I think that was a great educational opportunity for our students.
I believe that to really understand and want to help, you have to have empathy for the situation. I think a lot of people are here today because somebody in their family was in need of a kidney or blood transfusion or something, and they felt the need to come here and show their support for their family member today.
I know personally what that does as a family. My sister is waiting for a heart and a lung transplant.
I'm walking for my sister June.
We're walking for Leslie and Duncan. We're walking for Suzanne.
We're walking in honor of my late husband, Arthur Gilby III, who was an organ donor in 2001.
We're here for Francesco.
Awareness is what saved my life. Because of people's awareness and their willingness and ability to learn more about organ donation, people are being saved.
I was 2 when they found out I had Alport syndrome. It's kidney failure. And I've been on dialysis for the past 4 years. It's gonna be 5 in August. The girl I'm walking with, her name's Lauren. She's my best friend. She walked me through everything.
Francesco and I have been friends since 1st grade. In middle school, Francesco went through the most changes. He's needed a transplant for a long time now, and they keep saying that they're gonna give him one, and they don't, and it makes him sad every time.
Are you hopeful?
Yeah. Yeah.
On Saturday 4 years ago, my brother Bill asked me to stop by. When I got to his house, he sat down to tell me some news. That he would need a kidney transplant.
I was happy to be able to be the donor. After the surgery, I was able to walk down and see my brother that day. It was a challenge, but I don't think it was as scary as some people think it might be. To know that he gets to see his daughter graduate, he gets to see his son get married. When those milestones happen, you do think about it. And I'm grateful that I was able to do this for him. What I'd want people to know is that you can donate a kidney and live a perfectly healthy life after that without really any limitations at all.
Oh, you are? Yeah. So you're registered, you're good to go. Okay. We do have a new national registration.
I got involved with New Jersey Sharing Network because when I was a 10th grader in high school, my mom was diagnosed with polycystic kidney disease. She was in kidney failure. That is why I'm here and I do what I do, because my story is not unique. There are 5,000 other families going through this exact same thing. So I'm really here to educate schools like Warren Hills Middle School to talk about this and raise awareness and have the students go home and talk about it with their parents.
We've talked about the idea of donation in general as, it doesn't have to be your blood, it doesn't have to be an organ, it can be your time, it can be your money, it can just be an ear to listen to somebody, when they are going through the process of waiting. If we start talking about it and it becomes common among young people, it's not something to be feared.
It's just an amazing gift, and through events like this, people like myself are given a second and a third chance at life.
Education and awareness are key ingredients in maintaining any healthy community. Another is getting to know the neighbors and learning about local history. Because, just like a tree, healthy growth begins with the roots.
The Roots Project began with the planting of an oak tree. The school garden then inspires students with writing and learning while caring for the environment.
With the help of my Roots team, we put together a grant proposal and then we were awarded $10,000.
This project has been designated as the Kate Megargee Grant for Writing and Journalism.
Rita and her team received their grant at the 2015 NJEA convention. Upon receiving their award, they were joined on stage by Kate's family.
Kate was a producer of NJEA's Emmy Award-winning Classroom Close-Up New Jersey. This discretionary grant honors her memory and commitment to her field.
All of the students have been writing and drawing throughout the year, and I took a lot of their work throughout the year and edited it, and now we have the Story of New Egypt, which is a book that we put together that has 100 pages in it. New Egypt is an old town with wide open spaces where people greet you with smiling faces. I said what I meant because I love it 100%. This is by Nathan. I thought that was wonderful.
Writing and research was a major part of this project. But let's not forget, Rita is an art teacher, so she also had her students express their pride and heritage through different forms of art.
These ducks I drew, I see them a lot in Oakford Lake, so I decided to put some ducks.
Mrs. Williams has done a great job to incorporate the art into the Roots Project as well, and just being able to show things to the children about their roots and then bring that out in their art and in their writing and in the different aspects of the school. It's just great to see.
I thought that it's important for children to know that they have individual family roots. These are beautiful artworks that the families did. These are family heritage art projects because we were looking for our family roots as well. And you can see that people come from different places, but the roots of your community and your school are really, really important as well. And these are quilts that our third graders made, where they chose favorite parts of New Egypt, and I had some volunteers from the community sew them all up together.
This is my part of the quilt. I think that it's a really good restaurant and I enjoy going there.
The culminating event, which is the Roots Day today, is sort of the end. It's the end of the school year, and we're kind of tying up loose ends now, trying to make everybody understand what the entire year-long process was. We've been designing flags in the art room with all of the important things that we think are really great about New Egypt. We are the center of New Jersey. This is where cranberry sauce was invented.
We've invited several community members just to come into our school and talk to them about our wonderful town, what they do, different aspects of it, and they have various activities planned for our kids. They're talking to them and having question and answer sessions. They're having demonstrations where the kids get involved, so it's just an all-around fun day for the kids.
All right, push it forward.
It's so beneficial for students. They are so excited. They want to know about their town. They want to know about various facts.
I recognize
here?
They're supposed to be the other side of the school, but there's no school there.
Imagine, this was done in 1928.
These are artifacts from the New Egypt Historical Society. These are things that came from New Egypt. They're utensils that were used at one time.
The quilting is when you take material and there's stuffing in between and a top, and then it's little tiny stitches. Look at my little tiny stitches.
This is a turtle skull.
This is a box.
This is a collection of actually all the historic pictures of our town. So it goes back to the early 1900s, and you can see the Welcome Center used to be a bank, and there used to be the State Fair here. And most of these buildings are still standing on Main Street. They are just different now.
Wherever people teach, it's like their other home. So you need to reach out to the community so that you can understand a little bit about the people that you're teaching. And it's wonderful to get people into the school so that they know what's going on.
So that's your assignment for the end of the day. Find out how many farms are in New Egypt. When you find out, will you guys let me know?
Yeah. Everything comes down to your roots, not only your heritage, not only the town's heritage, but even the heritage of the crops and vegetables and flowers that you plant. Everything goes back to your roots.
So we planted radishes from seed, and this is a good symbol of our Roots project to understand how things grow and how our heritage is very agricultural in New Egypt. I really love the fact that we're revitalizing our school garden. So over here we have lettuce that we planted from seed so that we could understand really how things grow, and the students will be coming out to harvest their lettuce. We just planted tomatoes because it's finally warm enough.
It's a fabulous day. I'm having a fabulous time. The students are having a fabulous time. And everybody is so engaged and so involved. And I think it's going to be a very memorable day for years to come.
When we come back, students take the stage right after this.
Our school has this mentoring program. I've done that each year I've been there as well, been involved with that. This year I had 2 students in particular that did pass through my class at one point or another who just have a very special place in my heart. And one in particular can't ever walk by me in the hall without throwing her arms around me. And she and her mother really had a very challenging experience getting used to full day first grade, the academic challenges, the separation from mom. It was very hard for them. And so to see her now, 10 and confident and smiling and happy and joyous and excited that her braces are coming off soon, like just the things. It allows me to follow them on a personal level after the academic time ends in first grade. I can follow them in a personal way, which keeps us attached, I think.
Willy Wonka is a timeless classic, and this version features students from Tulsa Trail Elementary and Hopatcong High School. But this production offers more than just entertainment.
Just stay back.
This is a group of students, both with and without disabilities, who just are getting an opportunity to shine on stage.
like a Oompa Loompa.
Thanks to a grant from the NJEA Frederick L. Hipp Foundation, Danny and her colleagues were able to form the Front Stage Players.
We were able to put on this entire production, from the licensing for the play, the scenery, the costumes. All of these things couldn't have been possible without the funding of the Hipp Foundation. And that's the whole purpose of Front Stage, where our students are not behind a curtain, they're not the stage crew, they are all on stage, shining and showcasing their abilities.
Mr. Wonka, will Violet ever...
Today was our first true full day dress rehearsal on the stage. So it was the kids' first chance to be on stage. That in itself is a little overwhelming for them, and the way they just all got up here and took their spots, and they were very excited.
I was asked as one of the special education teachers to help put on the play. I started a program in the school called Best Buddies, and it's a way to get the general education students integrated into building friendships with the special education students. So the general education students that we picked for the play to help us are those that do Best Buddies.
Oompa Loompa, do-buddy-do. I've got another.
They're having fun, they're smiling, they're laughing, they're singing, they're dancing, they're getting to know each other. Our students are capable of doing what general education students are capable of doing.
We're gonna come on stage a little bit. I'll get front. He'll say his line, and then we'll keep going. Because
that was really our main focus, to ensure that people understand that special education students are just students.
I am an assistant. I stand behind the students, and if they get stuck on lines, I'll read them back to them so they know what they do, or I'll tell them, oh, stand here.
They love us.
They just bring a smile to my face. Like, I love helping them and stuff.
You get to see children who you didn't think maybe would ever be able to do things, doing things that you never thought were possible without your support. You know, they're getting peer support. It's kids their own age really giving them the support and encouragement that they need, and they're responding to them so positively.
It honestly is fun to be up here with them, because you can just see the way they react to some people, and when they react good, it is rewarding because it makes you feel good.
Wonka!
Our buddies also sometimes need a little bit of that confidence booster too. So it's not only helping students with those disabilities, but it's also helping students without too. It's a self-esteem booster for everyone.
Be a squirrel, switch your tail, switch your tail, switch your tail.
My son is 8 years old. He is a second grader here at Tulsa. He does have some challenges that, we're working to help him to overcome. And it's just a different feeling being the parent and the teacher and seeing your own child grow. I get the thrill out of seeing my students grow. And then when I see my own son on stage.
When you work with children that struggle with, not just academics, I feel that more importantly, being socially appropriate, socially accepted, at the high school level, being included in typical things like homecoming and prom and pep rallies, something like this is an experience that everyone should have. Not everyone does, but for them to be able to have the experience of being on stage and feeling good about what they're doing and listening to the audience cheer and clap for them, that's a feeling that, you can't compare to other things. So for them to be able to experience something so typical and react the way that everyone thinks they're supposed to, some of us may go on and experience in our lifetimes again, but I don't know that many of them will. So to be able to know that while they're with us, they've done this, it's emotional.
I've known some of these kids since they were, 3 or 5 years old, because I used to teach preschool. So to see them, what they're doing, you wish for that in your career. Not everyone gets to experience it. So I feel very lucky and blessed.
You feeling good about this? Yeah, you got this, right?
Yeah.
You're excited? Okay, we just need to remember.
I'm just so proud of their courage, and to see them be confident on stage and using their voice and using their presence. We as teachers wanted to ensure that our students we're given the opportunity to be front and center in the limelight.
All students get something out of this, all teachers get something out of this, hopefully our parents get something out of this, our administrators. Really, we're all learning from this experience, and really that lesson is that everyone has something to bring to the table, everyone has something to showcase, everyone has something special about them, and we can learn from everyone.
An event like tonight lets them see that what they're learning in the program has an application out in the world. There are very good career opportunities with it.
We are studying geometric shapes. Do you think that you can find geometric shapes in this Learnscape? What shapes do you see already just looking around? Stamatis?
A square.
You see a square? Where do you see a square?
Yeah, at the fence.
On the fence, okay.
Let's go explore.
Yeah.
Teacher Tracy Maid and second graders are looking for two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes, and they've chosen a great spot for the lesson, Bartle School's new outdoor Learnscape.
Looking all around and seeing all the beauty and looking at the shapes, I can name a lot of shapes. I like how we can just come out here and relax and also do our work. Oh, and the platforms are cubes and circles.
It's much more fun because when you come out here, there's just so many shapes to explore. In our classroom, we use hands-on manipulatives, so here it'll be more engaging because they'll actually see something that they can hold and say.
I have for the cylinder a tree trunk, since the tree trunks look like a cylinder.
This beautiful space inspires us because it's a place of beauty, it's a place of calm. It allows us to develop lessons that we'd like to teach the students. It allows us to have them use space outside of the classroom and to become more active in their own learning.
Not long ago, this beautiful environment wasn't so inspiring. In fact, it was mostly an empty courtyard in desperate need of a makeover, until teacher Rachel Pastichow became determined to unlock the courtyard's potential.
Every day I would walk past this tired-looking space. There were weeds, there was rubbish, there were air conditioner covers all over. And I saw that there was an outline of a path from a former initiative, and there was also a patio area, and I just thought of the possibilities. I said, we have to be able to do something. And Nikki Gonzalez, a parent in Bartle, and I wrote a Hipp Foundation grant, and we were approved. And it was a very, very great way to start the project.
Rachel's enthusiasm for the project quickly attracted more people eager to help.
Ms. Pastichow and her team grabbed the bull by the horns. Once she saw that this was an issue, she got all the money she needed to get and pulled in community members from all corners.
We had the good fortune of having a parent volunteer who is not only a master gardener, but she's a landscape architect, Meredith Carmen, who did the whole layout. And most of the plants are native to New Jersey. They're going to be attracting, pollinators and such. It's really a great treasure we have here.
Well, I think it shows great determination, which is a great example for a school. It also shows perseverance, because believe me, it takes a lot of work to do this.
The term Learnscape reflects the goal for the space to be more than a simple outdoor classroom.
We wanted to have all these alternative learning spaces so that kids can really explore and go outside the classroom. Here we can use nature to learn, and I think that's just amazing.
This is an outdoor learning space, so we have different zones. So we have the picnic tables, we have a park bench area with a water fountain, we have a musical instrument for students to explore, we have 2 game tables, we also have a classroom in the round at the other end of the courtyard. So we have different opportunities for students to engage in the learning space and also to engage in the maintenance, the cleanup, the planting of the garden.
The plants that are growing in here are cilantro, thyme, parsley, rosemary, leeks, basil, oregano, and mint, and you could eat all of them.
There's just so much that the students can do when they come out here, and all the teachers can incorporate a lesson plan into their curriculum, no matter what discipline they're in.
What I love most is just how people can really go here to think and just have their me time and do what they need in a nice, quiet, and beautiful place.
Yesterday, one of the students in after school came up to me. She said, wow, this is like an enchanted fairy tale garden. I love it. And she was, I think, in 2nd or 3rd grade, and it was just nice to hear that. And students are really enjoying it. They're amazed by the space.
On the day we visited, everyone involved had come together to celebrate and cut the ribbon, officially opening the new Learnscape.
Thank you to all those who helped make a dream become reality. I met a lot of wonderful people along the way, and I learned one lesson. All you have to do is ask, and people are very willing to help out. Thank you to everyone.
Even though she's retiring, Rachel knows the Learnscape will continue to grow and evolve.
This is like my baby. This is something that I really am very passionate about. This was important for me to create this space so that everyone could use it and appreciate it. And not a day goes by when people don't say, oh, I love that area. Thank you for what you've done. It's so different than what it used to be, and it's a legacy.
As the outdoor Learnscape becomes rooted in school routine, students and families will be committed to maintaining the space, building deeper connections with the community. Projects like the ones we feature today are all about getting children excited to learn and at the same time showing kids what a caring community looks like. To learn more about inspiring people and projects in New Jersey's great public schools, please check out our website and follow us on Facebook. We'll be back next week with some impressive student work, including an architectural review. So join us again. For Classroom Close-Up New Jersey, I'm Marie Bliston. See you soon.
Honor a student of ours, Francesco, who is actually here.
These ducks I drew, I see them a lot in Oakford Lakes. I recognize it. It's the Loomba, Loomba, do-ba-dee-doo. It can be very spring and striped. Oh, and the platforms are cubes and